I am sweating. I'm just really I'm sweating a lot.
Wow, that's crazy.
We have we just went down the line. Her name is not Cassie. It is Cass. You can call her Cassidy, Castula, but it is the wonderful Cass. I'm gonna call her Cass.
Yeah.
On the podcast. So I've actually just recently met Cass, and I immediately like had to tell myself like, don't be weird, because when I like someone, I like really, really like someone, and so I was like, you don't want to, when people move to Nashville, this happens all the time. Someone will text me or like message me, right? And they'll be like, people I know, and it's from whatever various stages of my life. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm moving to Nashville. And I want to write back and be like, what the fuck does that have to do with me?
I don't
Congrats.
Cool.
It's a great city and you're going to love it.
Yeah.
I hope I get to see you sometime.
Yeah.
But like, there are people who really like think you are going, like, they're like, oh, I'll move to Nashville. So-and-so lives there. And then I'll have all of their friends. They watched like someone's, and I'm not just talking about myself. Like it happens if someone's moving to Arkansas or whatever. And that you can tell that they were like, oh my God, perfect. I love her life. It looks so fun. And I'll just like join it. And it's like,
let me just like be a part of that.
We're like, no, we're not. This is not the shelter for dogs, and we're not like adopting you into our lives. Like, you can't do that. But yeah, so sure. I didn't want you guys to think, you and Kellyanne to think, whenever I had gone to that dinner with you guys.
No, it was love at first sight for sure.
I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know anyone here. I didn't say this. I don't know anyone here. I very much enjoyed hanging out with them, but I don't want to be like, perfect. Now let me join your gym, join your life. You guys want to hang out and cuddle? Like I know that when people do that to me, I'm like, ugh, the feeling is not mutual, my girl. And so I was just I was like, lady. I was like, just be like fucking cool. But anyways, I'm very glad you're here because we've hung out a couple of times more, and it's just been every time. Just fun.
It's a night. You're like my spiral sister.
Yes.
It turns into something magical.
It is magical. It is toxic. It is daunting. it is definitely always followed by a hangover, and I like that about us. Just to get technical for a second, Cass is also an incredible stylist, so you guys should look her up in that regard. I don't know if we're even gonna like, I do have a couple questions about like how you got into styling and stuff, but I mean, the meat and potatoes of this is just not gonna be styling. So this is not a styling TED Talk, and we're actually just gonna talk about men. So
yes, that's basically the premise.
And not their
video.
Style. No. But you guys could do better.
Yeah.
You could.
Honestly.
Okay, but tell me how you did get into styling. I'm curious about that.
Yeah. So I actually went to business school, which like unrelated, but I was like,
I went to school for
poli-sci.
make
money, I just want to like live life. And then I got an internship at the company I work for now, and it just kind of took off.
What, were you always loved fashion? And you just were
like I won best dressed in high school. Like that's so my vibe.
she said what
to brag, but
she said what she said.
Yeah, I've been really well dressed since I was just a little
I
girl.
also won best dressed. In high school. I have a confession, an egotistical confession to make right now. And if you went to Gilbert High School and you're listening to this, just so you guys fucking know, because it was not released in the press, it was not released in the yearbook. They told me that I actually won two. I won two superlatives. It was a small school. And it was best dressed, and it was most likely to be on TV one day.
Wait.
Okay.
Mine was also most likely to be famous. I'm dying.
What?
Yeah. And I like brought my dog to school and like posed with
Were you
the dog.
allowed? Oh, just for the photo.
Yeah, for the photo. Because I was like, look, like I'm famous. And like this is my
People
little
that
dog.
are famous have little dogs.
Yeah, I was like Paris Hilton vibes.
My friend was on the yearbook committee, and she was like, yeah, you won two. Actually, you won most likely to be on TV one day, and you won best dressed. I figured you, the lady, the teacher. She's like, the teacher, I don't know, whoever helped run yearbook, she said that you could only win one, so I gave you best dress. And I was so mad at her. Like, Amanda, if you're listening to this, I was like, no, I want most likely to be on TV. And she was like, oh, sorry. we gave it to the other person. I was like, damn it. And she's like, you would like best dress is better. So in the yearbook, I'm best dressed, but it would have been more funny because I ended up being on TV.
Now you are, yeah.
And I would have loved to take a picture of that in the yearbook and been like, what up? Look.
Wait, I'm dead. Yeah, no. So I basically like went right into styling from there, and I was styling like in a production studio, so like kind of you're like shooting for the models and stuff.
Okay.
And the hours were just a little too much for my lifestyle because they start shooting very early and nothing wraps on time and whatever. So then I got into like the more corporate side of styling, which is
What's
just
that
like
mean?
It's basically like
Suit and ties?
Yeah. No, it's all like digital. So basically like I only meet clients like every so often, but for the most part it's all like.
Was it digital before the pandemic or?
It's always been digital just because I have clients like literally in Dubai, but it's like I'm a Photoshop queen. Like I Photoshop outfits together and I'll like send them. Yes.
Oh, nice.
And like that's how I style like
your
digitally.
Your lips look incredible. I can't stop staring at them.
This lip kit. Kelly and I did a little tutorial on it. It's very
Do you see me staring at it?
I'm like, no, but I love it.
Staring. They're just so glossy. Like if you guys are listening to this and not watching, just like you can continue just listening to it, but just for 1 second, go to YouTube and like look at her lips. Look at her lips.
No, like I'm not gonna like complain about it. Thank you so much.
Okay, so you.
Anyways, so it's basically all digital, but I have a lot of cool clients. During the pandemic, obviously it was all digital, but before that, it was like I would meet my New York clients for like coffee, and then we would like shop. We had a showroom, but.
It's cool. I actually, before we were talking, we said the meat and potatoes is going to be men, obviously, but I wanted to talk about styling a little bit. And it's so funny because Cass goes, by the way, I don't know what you're going to ask me, but like I've signed 12 NDAs. And so like whatever you do ask me, I can't.
They're all like still active right now. So like there's basically nothing I can't say.
Talk about them. But it's funny because I said this to or maybe I didn't say this to Kelly on the podcast, but I voice memoed her. I love a voice memo.
Yes.
And
the two of you. I only do voice memos with the two of you.
Do you know what someone told me the other day? And I feel like producer Courtney is going to shake her head really hard. Yes. Someone told me the other day the only people that like sending voice memos are people that send voice memos. Like no one likes to receive them.
No, because then you're sitting there and you're playing it out loud and everyone in the restaurant is looking at you like, lady, turn that off.
And I'm going to be completely honest. There are some times where I'm like, I send a voice memo to someone and instead of responding in text, they voice memo back and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
Like, they're doing what you just did.
No, I don't want
I don't have time for this. And they're like, bitch, you sent me a 3-minute long one.
I just learned what my voice sounds like via sending you two voice memos.
My friend Jordan it's like one of my girlfriends from shouts out Gilbert High again. Our 10-year anniversary, what's it called? Reunion. Our 10-year reunion is coming up. And I was like, they did not put me in that Facebook group. And Jordan's like, are you going to go? I was like, yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah. I want to go and talk about it on the podcast. Yes.
As you should.
I loved high school. It's fun. Yeah.
And also you're like a star now. So hi, Amy, who wasn't nice to me.
Listen,
thank you.
You know what? Teachers were more mean to me than...
really?
Mm-hmm, yeah, teachers were more mean to me than students, I feel like. But I did send her voice. She will not open them. She texts me and she's like, stop. She's a nurse. She's pregnant. She's got a lot going on her plate right now. And she literally, when I tell you, she's like, do not send this to me. And I'm like, Jordan, just listen to it. And she's like, or she'll try to be like cheeky and cute with it. But she's like, you love a voice note. And I'm like, sorry. I can tell that she's basically like, stop fucking sending them to me.
I know. It's just... sometimes you need it.
You do need them sometimes. Okay, so we're going to take you down this rabbit hole that we found ourselves in. This was last Saturday.
Yes.
So I've tried to keep up with it, and I can't really with the amount of times that I'm trying to figure out which one of these episodes airs first. But let's just say I'm probably in Spain right now. So this is like you guys saw, we went to Claudia's show for Not Like Other Girls at MSG. It was incredible. Fucking shouts the fuck out. Like, she just did the most incredible stand-up. I mean, she was up there for, I want to say, like 90 minutes. And she just bodied that shit. Like, she crushed it. Like, it was
it's not
fucking
easy.
Hell no. And she was, I mean, Madison Square Garden Theater. She did that in her bit. She's like, theater. But, like, it was just, like, it was incredible to be there. The energy was high. It was lovely. I went with my friend Tasha. We sat in the front row because I bought the tickets. But she didn't give us those. I just was like, I'm going to sit in the front row. And, I loved it. And then after that, we went out the next day for her sister's birthday party. Margot, shouts out, great party. It was fabulous.
So fun.
Like, honestly, the Austries know how to fucking throw down.
Oh, yeah.
They just do it right. They do it right. And we're all toaster strudels around here, and we love it. But yeah, so we go to her fabulous. We have to set the scene. Okay. So it's Glitz and Glam theme. All right.
So Shannon is in. I'm a number.
I'm glitzing.
I'm glamming. She's got the gloves
all the way up to my fucking neck. I mean, I have this like sweetheart tits out, like tiny, tiny black dress. And then because it was Glitz and Glam, I threw on this like outrageous, like 3-tiered pearl choker. Okay, that was...
You look like a princess.
That was the part that if you weren't at the themed party and you saw me outside, that was the part that made it look a little odd.
I think the whole thing was...
The whole thing was like... I took the gloves off before we went to the club, but like... It was a look, okay? So I'm dressed like this, and...
so rewind, I'm out a little bit before this.
Cass didn't go to the actual birthday party, so what did you do when we were at the birthday?
It's fine. So I actually went to like an Irish pub situation. situation.
Yes.
And I'm at the Irish pub.
What's the name of it?
And Wolfie and Nell.
Wolfie and Nell.
Yes, and it's basically like a bunch of people from like Ireland and Amsterdam. So it's like literally
gosh.
the United Nations in there.
This bar,
Yes, it is.
Okay, we love.
And it's all the men. And not that many women, which I think is a key component
We're like
to the ratio. So I'm like, this is my moment to shine. I approach the bar and immediately.
Is that your style? You're like, I'm going in hard. By the way, the ratio of men to women in Nashville, by the way, is 6 women to 1 male. So like, I am loving that you're telling me the exact opposite. Like, we're going to go to.
No, I will be here every Friday.
We're going to call that bar the United Nations. We're going to the United Nations.
If anyone's looking for us, that's where we'll be.
We're at the UN. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we're there. And I'm there and I'm at the bar and I'm like, I'm going to get a drink. Also, key component, I am not that drunk at this point. This is like my second drink of the night.
Okay.
And 2 very large 6'6" men.
Tall.
Approach me. Accents. Tight.
Immediate. Pants dropping.
They're ripped. I'm like, I am so ready to go. My sister's actually with me and she's 5'3", so she just said, you got this.
I'll top out on this one.
She literally turned around and was like, I'm going to see you later.
Is she single too?
Yes. She's like, I don't want to play this game. I'm like, why? They're like literally models. She's like, no. Okay. So I'm talking to them, whatever. One of them gets my WhatsApp. So
not the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I get the WhatsApp. Another one gets my Instagram. I'm chit-chatting with them. And I'm basically like, oh, like I'm going to Acme later. Like you guys should come. And they're like, oh,
Acme here it's you would call it a club, right? So it's a club. Like I've been there several times. Like you get tables, it's bottle service, it's packed. It's
dark as night.
Definitely like basement vibes. It is like you lose cell service immediately when you go down the like 3 flights of stairs. Your cells are out. Like honestly, like if you are in the like job of kidnapping, this would be like just a good spot to do it.
Yes,
like
for sure.
You will get away with a lot of things here.
Mm-hmm. So I leave my nice men and I go into the basement of Acme.
Yes.
And I immediately lose service. Exactly what you
said.
So not getting the WhatsApps, which is unfortunate.
Wait, were you by yourself?
Oh, no, my sister's there too.
Okay.
Yes, my sister is there. I'm texting Serena, our mutual friend. She's coming.
Why'd y'all separate at the United Nations?
She was a little bit intimidated because at one point they were both talking to me and then they started speaking Dutch to each other.
I hate that.
And I said to them, are you guys like talking about us?
Me? And they're like, abso-fucking-lutely.
And they were like, oh no, sometimes we just like switch to Dutch. And I was like,
bet.
Yeah,
I would pull out my phone quick, get that Google Translate.
I was like, well, you don't know what I speak, so.
They're like, ma'am,
okay,
I see your lip gloss, lady.
You have one language. I was like, perfect.
Love your outfit, toots, but you got one language and I can snip it from a mile away.
They're like, yeah, okay, lady. But so I'm in the basement of Acme. I'm actually on the bathroom line. And I see this giant man running towards me.
Oh.
And he's like, oh my God, we found you. We've been texting you. Like, we couldn't get in. It was crazy. And I'm like, oh.
They came.
Oh, hi. Welcome. Yes. We're here.
Welcome.
This is so exciting. So I basically.
The music is so loud. So
but
you
it's
guys
only
like,
one of them. Yes, it's only one of them. And so he's like, the other one, we'll call him Dutchman number 1.
Dutchman number 1.
Like, oh my God, he's waiting for you. Like, he's looking for you. He's in the dance floor. I'm like, perfect.
He's waiting for you at the dance floor, shawty.
So he kindly escorts me to the one that I think that was more interested in me. So him and I are talking and enters Shannon Ford.
Okay, so here's my here's my conundrum. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Okay, here's what happened to me. I go with Serena and then maybe someone else. It was us and like 2 other girls.
Yeah.
We go. And we're there. I talked to a guy for 1 second, and this is no shade. I think that they thought maybe I was like really interested or something, but I do just wish they would have given me a little toot toot tap tap. Like, do you want to come with us?
Yeah.
Because you cannot find anyone in there. Like, it's back
over.
to the Parker Hotel and fucking Coachella. It's dark. There's no. I mean, you can't see
anything.
shit. You can't find anything. So I'm like, okay. So I turn around for 2 seconds. They're gone. And I'm like, oh no. Because here's the thing, guys. You just can't fucking find anyone there.
And
I was
service.
like. No service. So I'm texting them, where are they? They're not getting delivered. I'm like, fuck.
No.
So then I just say, I'm going to just look. I'm just going to look around. Guys, keep in mind, at this point, I have not talked to Cassie this night, right?
No, we have not seen each other.
It's not Cassie. It's Cass. Shannon. So anyways, I'm walking through the dance floor at this point because I do a lap around all the tables because I thought like if they're at a table I'll find them.
Yeah.
They weren't at a table. So I'm like, are they in the center of the dance floor? Like scary place, but I guess I'll give it a go. So I go in the center of the dance floor. I'm looking for, I want to say like 5 minutes. I'm starting to get kind of like
they're gone.
Panicky, like they're gone. Not panicky, but I didn't want to go home yet, but I also am not going to sit at Acme by myself like a sociopath. Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna just like look one more time, and I was about to give up, and then I see this really tall man. He's just tall, and he's just very good looking, and I'm like, okay. Immediately, I feel like I gave this a little bit more time because I'm just gonna go like bump into him. Yeah, and I did this. And this is a great way to meet guys. Like I just am not the girl that will walk up to a guy and be like, hi, like, and maybe you are, but I just cannot. I don't know what it is. Like,
no, I can't.
I just won't walk up to a group of guys and be like, hey, what are you guys doing? I don't have it in me. I would rather them approach me first. But here's what I will do. I will walk by someone, unless they're obviously like seated at a table at a restaurant. I will walk by someone and physically bump into them on purpose. Yes. They'll turn around. I'll put a little arm, like a creepy dude at a bar. I'll put a little arm around their waist and look at them in the eyes and go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. And then 9 times out of 10, they're like, that's okay. Oh, hey. And then they start talking to you. Then it works every time.
We haven't talked about this. So he says to me, do you see that redhead? And I'm like, I know her.
That's how I found you.
Yeah, he's like, set it up. And I was like, done.
Nice. Okay, I love that. But this is even funnier because he's like, oh, sorry. I was like, oh, sorry. And then he's like, hi. And I'm like, hi. And you just like picture this, however you're picturing it is different because it's going in the background, right?
And he's a supermodel. Yes. Like they were just off very an Abercrombie ad. Yeah.
Literally.
No.
I was like, really?
like wouldn't put it past them. I'm like, that's what they look like.
So I go, I'm looking for my friends. I just can't find him. He's like, what do they look like? I'm like, girls, like blonde girls. They're somewhere around here. And he's like, oh, and then we start talking for a little bit. And then he like, you said there's Shannon, I guess this is your part of the story. And then I turn around and I go, oh, Cass. And then he goes, you found your friends. But it actually wasn't the friends I was looking for at all.
No, but I was like, friend indeed.
A friend indeed. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, she's like dancing with this guy, talking to this guy. I think I talked to the Dutchman number 2 one more time. For a little bit, and then I do immediately spot my friends. I see Serena, I see all them. I'm like, oh, perfect. Yeah. And I look at them and I go, I just found my friends, the ones I was looking for. I'm gonna go over there really quick to their table and just like say that I found them because they're probably looking for me. They weren't, by the way. They just like really weren't. No. I guess they think I'm really independent. I needed them.
Needed them.
And didn't. Yeah, they were like, oh, hey, what's up? And I was like, hey. I was like, found you guys. They're like, found you. And I'm like, you weren't looking. And so you guys were traveling in a pack. I was solo. So anyways, I like talked to them for a little bit, and then I don't know. I go in and we just kind of wander away.
Well, yeah, my sister fully is like, I'm gonna head out, and I'm like, with these 2 giant men. I'm like, perfect. Where's Shannon?
Where's Shannon?
So I'm literally like circling for you.
Everyone's looking for everyone.
Yeah, I'm like, where is Shannon? Because like I can't entertain both of them right now. And we literally spot you, and he's like, I'm gonna go bring her to the dance floor. And I'm like, so I like, disclaimer, cannot dance. Like, the dancing in me, it's not.
Me either.
Kelly took me once to a dance class. I had to walk out. Like, it's not my thing.
I have no rhythm.
Now,
everyone knows that about me.
They can dance. These men are dancing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I need someone to hold on to while they dance.
Yes.
So we enter Shannon.
So they find me again.
We bring her to the dance floor.
But I will say, I didn't want to leave the other girls, but they were like, go.
Yeah, they were like take one look at him. Yeah, like, you better go. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll go for a little bit. So we go to the dance floor.
Yeah, and we are on a grind line. And Shannon and I at one point are like, we're holding hands.
You guys, it was a grind line.
And they're like behind us, and we're just like bopping to and fro. Like these giant men.
Tell me something more just like unattractive. Like, just like everyone close their eyes unless they're driving. And just remind yourself what it's like when you're in middle school, high school, whatever. People probably still do it now, which we did that night. But like the act of like a dude behind you and he's just like moving his hips and your butt is just like pressed into his dick and it's like not hard all the way and then you can tell it's getting hard and you're just like grinding
you're
and
also
you're
like
not
sucking in because you're like trying not to breathe too hard
because you're touching your
they're
stomach
touching you
and you're not like, looking at each other and I just kept turning around because I'm like, I don't want to do this middle school grind line.
I mean,
it's so
is the
weird.
most intimate we've ever gotten because we're grinding with these men and our eye contact is not breaking.
We were facing each other, so they're probably looking at each other. They're like skyscrapers looking at each other, and we're like down low looking at each other. And I just remember at one point being like, I can't do this anymore. So I just like turned around and was like holding his shoulders, and he tried to kiss me like 3 times, and I was like, no, I don't make out in clubs. Like in the middle of the club, I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna make out with you.
No.
So like 5 minutes later, I was making out with them in the club, obviously, and I was just like, okay, well, third time's the charm, and he's really hot, and it's so dark in here. Who the fuck would even see me?
No, you can't see.
He
Doesn't
was like,
matter.
I like your. I can't do the accent. I don't. I can't do it.
Don't even.
I'm not gonna try.
No.
He was like, I like your necklace. And I was like, oh yeah. I mean, this thing is like very constricting at this point. I go to my Instagram and look at the photo of me and like the pearl necklace.
No,
it's
you
just,
can't
like,
breathe.
thick. It was like an anaconda around my neck, and so I was just like sweating and I was hot. And I have a solo pod next week, and so I'll really. This story somehow gets even more interesting. So I'll give that story the solo pod next week. But basically, we will leave that story here for now. But the Dutchman number 2 will get a new pseudonym.
Yeah.
He will
We did get Gmail texts the next day, both of us.
Mine was at nllive.com.
Yeah, I don't know what that, I got a Gmail, at Gmail. And I'm like, I'm confused. You're WhatsApping me. Now I have an email texting me.
These boys got to pay for data. That's what they just got to do. We got to get these guys on a phone plan. Maybe that's what they're looking for.
Yes.
Maybe they're at these clubs trying to find a girl that's going to put them on their phone plan.
And like I might.
I'll do it. I'll do it. No,
I couldn't understand a word they said, but to look at them, forget it. Fine.
Their English was very broken, and I said that at one point, and he goes, "Oh, fuck you," and I was like, "No,
no, I don't understand what you're saying."
He's like, "Yeah, right," and I was like, "No, it really is very tough to hear you."
I ended up bringing mine home, and like, so we were on the couch, and I literally just looked at him, and I was like, "Love you, but like, I can't do this. No, I don't know what you're saying. I'm so drunk."
Sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's really bad. Here's the thing. Here's what I wish I could do: speak any other language. So they're probably like, "You dumb fucking American," but like I would. It was absolutely, the accent 100% made me want to like talk to them more. I'm just saying it was just a bit more difficult. It was more difficult to understand what they were saying.
Yeah, I can barely speak English, so speaking another language just
I talk
isn't in my realm.
Fast all the time, and my brain goes so fast, and my mouth goes pretty fast. But like, yeah, like it just all like falls out of my mouth sometimes, and so.
Oh my God! Also, I forgot Dutchman number 1. His phone was in Spanish.
Oh,
Spanish. I was like, wait, I'm confused. Don't you speak Dutch? He was like, yeah, but I'm learning Spanish, so it's just like easier. I'm like, your brain cells? You have a lot more brain cells than I do.
Could you imagine being so intelligent that you were like training yourself by putting your phone in a different language to force yourself?
No.
Here's what I don't do. Force myself to do anything academic.
But all of my messages are now in Spanish. So I'm like, are they translating properly? Like, what are they saying? Like, he's asking me on a date and I'm like,
You're like, wait, but I'm actually funny and I don't really know if that's translated in Spanish.
I don't think this is working. Maybe you should go back to English while I'm
That's
texting
hilarious.
You. Yeah,
okay.
I don't know.
So our Dutch adventure
continues.
And here's the thing. I didn't go to that bar with you. I'm going.
We're going.
I'm going.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to make that my new thing. I'm just if you're American, fuck off.
Yeah. No, we don't need you.
Don't need you anymore.
You're not really that nice anyways.
No, you're not. What were you telling me the other day, that people from Boston are nicer?
Oh, yeah. Well, I lived in Boston for like a stint.
Where are you from?
And I'm from New York.
You're from New York, okay.
But I'm from like outside of New York, so like Westchester area.
Okay, gotcha.
But like when I was growing up, like I used to come into the city. Like when I was in high school, I'm like, oh my God, I was a Tao queen.
What does that mean? Oh, Tao.
T-A-O. Oh, the restaurant, yes. Oh my goodness. Me and my friends, we would roll up. We would literally beg our parents for $100 because like that's how much we would spend.
Yes.
Like I was 16. I'm like, Dad, please, I just need $100 to go to Tao. He was like, what?
I was going to say, they knew you guys were going to Tao?
Yeah. But they thought we were like going to dinner. They didn't understand that it like turns into a club. Turns into a club. So
many questions, Cass. Okay, here's my first question, because I just grew up, I could not have grown up more differently than you. And I am so curious. So you got on a train, a car. How'd you get there?
Oh, no. We would get rides because it was like before Uber. So we would like pay like a creepy older classman like $20 and be like, can you drive us into the city?
And would he stay with you then? You ditch him?
No, ditch him.
How far of a drive is that?
It's like 45 minutes. So it's not like terrible, but it's also like not,
this
it's not
is
great.
Astonishing. I like went to bonfires and like we just like drank moonshine and like nobody literally, like everyone just lived on farms.
No, like we like met a guy in a band once and I was literally in high school and me and my friend ended up sleeping in his like West Village penthouse and I woke up the next morning and I was like, I A, am missing school. This is a Thursday.
No.
And B, my
I
mom
was gonna say, what are your parents gonna say?
going to kill me. Honestly, she didn't like really get that mad.
This is the most Gossip Girl shit I've ever heard in my life.
No, she didn't get that mad.
My mom's back in Westchester. She's gonna fucking kill me. I just woke up in a penthouse in West Village and I'm gonna die.
No, literally. Yeah. No, she wasn't pleased for sure. But I was like, she had known that he was in a band. I'm very open with my mom. So I was like,
oh, me too,
Mom, he's in the band. He's cute. We went to his concert. So I was like, we slept at Harrison's, like whatever.
Right.
It's like so not a big deal, Mom. He's like in the band.
Chill, Mom.
And she's like, okay, all right.
I didn't get
fine.
any attention as a young girl, adolescent girl, middle school, high school. Like, guys did not talk to me. I was just like really not attractive.
No, I wasn't cute either.
So when I tell you that, like when I got to college and I was still very much dependent on like my parents, like for money, for all kinds of stuff, I would like tell my mom stuff that she should have definitely gotten mad at. But I think she was just so excited that I was getting attention.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Like moments like that, where I'd be like, we're going to go to drive down to the University of South Carolina. We're going to stay there, blah, blah, blah. All my friends were having to lie to my parents. My mom was like, so?
Oh,
is he cute? Like,
no,
you know
my mom wanted me to be the coolest person. So she was like, she is like my number one supporter. So like if I was like, Mom, I'm making a sex tape, she would be like, yes.
As
I
her mother,
love that for you.
But as her manager.
But as your manager. Absolutely, let's do it.
Okay, so you lived in Boston for a stint.
Yeah, so I moved to Boston for a stint during the pandemic. And
Why?
Long story short, I got out of like a really long relationship.
Okay, how long were you
in the pandemic? 3 years. I dated someone.
Okay.
And so I was like, we broke up and I was like, I need to move where my friends are. And like
all your friends were in Boston.
All of
they
my
went
friends
there
were
like
in
for
Boston.
college and
yes,
okay.
we went there for college and then everyone just kind of stayed. So I basically rented an apartment for 7 months, like 7-month lease. And I'm like,
So
we're going to
specific.
rage this whole time.
Yes.
I know. I don't know why, because it was like approaching the summer. And I was like, I only want to be here. I don't want to be here in the summer.
Yeah, okay, got
so
you.
So just like September to like
You're
March.
I just want to freeze my dick off.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
it.
I just want to cuddle with someone in Boston. That's it. So I show up in Boston, big fish, little pond. I was
Guns
like,
a-blazing.
I am ready to party.
Like,
Everyone's
welcome
going
to
to
town.
love me. Everyone's like, are you okay, lady? But yeah, I feel like the dating in Boston, like, first of all, the men were like so nice and everyone was like taking me to dinner.
Oh.
Like, do you ever find that in New York it's like drinks? Like, let's do drinks.
Here's the thing. I said this on another podcast where like, how's the dating life? And that's why I really wanted you to come on this episode because people ask me all the time, like, how's the dating life in New York? And I'm like, bitch, I don't even know what time of day they come and take the trash. Like, I don't know dating life in New York. And I, honestly, since I've been here, it's interesting because there are a lot more in Nashville. Like, they're just Southern gentlemen. And I do think that they like beat around the bush a lot. And here I've already been I've not responded, but I like, because you know that meme that's like, oh my God, nobody talks to me. And then some guy's like, hey, and you're like, not you.
Yeah,
it's like,
you're like anyone else besides you.
But
please.
Those people are asking me to like, they're saying things like, I'd like to see you again. What's your availability next week? And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So I don't know that about New York, but I guess I need to get to know that.
So New York gets like a really bad rep. Like I feel like everyone's like, oh my God, dating in New York sucks. What I will say is if you put in the effort to date in New York, you will succeed. Oh. But it's no easy feat. Like guys are not like knocking down your door to date you. It's more so like you gotta, go to the right bars. Right. You can't get too drunk. You gotta travel in small packs.
Oh my gosh.
Little pods.
We're gonna have her create a fucking worksheet. And here's what we're also gonna do. We're gonna talk about that really quick because this is what I love. I love girly pops. I love hanging out with all my girly pops at the same time. I think it's so fun for a wine night, maybe a big trip. When I am going out on the motherfucking prowl, small pods. Thank you for saying that.
No guy wants to approach a group of 8 girls.
It's not even that.
What are you gonna say?
You get in so many more places. Like you can walk, not that I really like walk to front of the lines and say like, let me in. But here's the thing. People are more likely to let you in if there's 2 of you, not you going, there's 8 of us. Like all the time, if my friends come to Nashville for bachelorettes, they're like, can you get us in XYZ? I'm like, I'm just really gonna have to pull a favor because there's 10 of you.
Yes.
If you come,
it's hard.
because they come to Nashville with me and it's like all this like fun, go to the back door, do whatever.
Yeah.
Ew, I sound so fucking twatty right now, but I'm just saying like, it's just easy because I know everyone that's there because I've lived there for 8 years. So that's why, but, and I'm so cool. But yeah, they think it's gonna be the same thing when they come back for the bachelorette party. And I'm like, no. This is now a massive group that's just gonna not work out. So small pods.
Yeah.
So
and you can't have that dead weight. If you're going out on the prowl, it's you, it's your single friend,
Kellyanne,
and that's it.
Kellyanne's dead weight, bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, no, I will say Kelly and I went to Miami, and
great.
Kelly was not dead weight. Kelly is a great. No, she's
in the
literally.
corner. She's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, Kelly and I went to Miami, and basically there was a Bitcoin conference. So like talk about
say less.
Like literally I was like we almost switched hotels, and I was like I will pay whatever it takes. We are staying at this hotel. And so we end up meeting this guy who's like here for the Bitcoin conference from like London. Again, like love that for me. Love an accent. And he's like, oh, like, I want to take you guys to 11 later, like, whatever. And I'm like, okay, bye.
That's the bar that turns into a strip club at night, right?
Yes. It's a club.
I've been there one time. Oh, yeah, it's a club that turns into a strip club. Mm-hmm. So I've been there once, and, like, we were so tired. And it was so late. It was, like, 4 a.m. that by the time we made it to 11, we were all like,
no, you're scared.
We got to go.
Like, Kelly and I were scared. We were like, whoa, there's overload. But basically, we ended up meeting this guy. I'm like, I'm going to keep him in my back pocket because I do want to go clubbing later.
Yeah.
Long story short, this guy ends up, I'm like with Kelly, he ends up buying an $8,000 table just to like have a conversation with me.
Why? Because you were at the table already?
Because it was super loud. It's like club vibe. So he can't hear what I'm saying. And I'm like, I don't know like what to tell you.
Did he pay in Bitcoin?
No, he literally, there were people at the table too. And he like walked up to someone and was like, clear that table. So then I'm like, I'm sorry. Like I can't really leave my friends. Cute. Kelly, who's like, woo. She's like, and she's dancing. Her and Kenzie, that's our other friend.
I saw videos. So actually this is so sweet. We were at dinner before you guys went to Miami and y'all invited me.
Yeah.
I was like, come. I was like, I love her. I was going somewhere, but I remember seeing the videos and the photos from this trip, and it looked. Everyone looked like they were having the time of their lives. You guys looked hot. You looked sexy. You had like glisten, gleam sweat that looked like sparkly.
I almost didn't get into 11 because apparently I was dressed too provocatively to go into a strip club. I was like, okay, sir, that's pretty rude.
Oh my God. In Miami?
I know. I'm like it was like a sheer dress. They were like, we're worried that someone might mistake you.
No.
Yes. And I was like, that hurts.
If I had $1. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, that actually hurt me. But yeah, this guy is like loving Kelly and Kenzie's dances. So he buys me and him the table, and then he's like, you know what? I got you. He then goes and he buys another table for Kelly and Kenzie to be next to us dancing, have their time.
You're kidding.
Yes. But not at our table because we were talking.
You're kidding.
Mm-hmm. And I'm literally like looking at them and they're like shimmying at me and I'm like, what is happening? Is he cute? Now? No.
Oh.
Nope. No.
I
definitely
she was
not.
gonna be like, yes.
Yeah. So like my friends are like drinking for free, like clubbing it up, and I'm literally sitting here with like this man, and I'm like, sir, like this is fun and all, but like
gotta go.
Not it. Yeah. And then he like he was like basically telling Kelly and Go that he was gonna marry me, and I'm like in the Uber and I'm looking back at Kelly and I'm like,
no.
I'm like, no. Yeah. No, It was crazy. Yeah. So
we love a man that's willing to drop his little Bitcoins on a table.
So if you have the right fun friends that are taken, that's fine.
I agree. Not dead weight. Kellyanne's not dead weight.
She is not dead weight. Take it back.
Okay. And then I want to know, what is the situation? So speaking of situations, you said you were telling me, but I was like, oh, we should save this for the pod.
Yeah.
Situationships. You just recently got out of a situationship. So obviously it's pretty self-explanatory what a situationship is. And I feel like I've seen a lot of creators talk about these like on different platforms and stuff. And they kind of talk about why girls are like tired of fucking situationships. I think it's interchangeable with like friends with benefits kind of thing.
I also like I don't believe in ghosting. Like everyone is like getting ghosted left and right. Like I have so many friends that get ghosted and I just like don't understand that. Like if you're over it, just let me know.
You won't ghost someone.
I would never ghost someone because I don't understand the process of ghosting.
I talked about this on my podcast because I just think it's like a really cruel act, like to just like make someone wonder, to just like really just make them, because obviously if you're not into someone that's okay, but like if you guys have been going on dates or talking, and maybe even there's a situation where maybe even, and this probably happens a lot, the guy is like, I didn't even think we were even remotely talking, dating, none of it. All the time, girls and guys have different ideas in our heads than the other person does.
Yes.
Regardless, like that's why sometimes I think like you can't expect a guy to be like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm just not into you. You sometimes do just have to ask, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And I did it to this guy that I was just like kind of talking to. I went to visit him one time, and I sent him a message, and I've talked about this on the podcast, but basically it was just like, hey, like I haven't heard from you a ton. No worries, maybe we communicate at like different levels. And it didn't actually sound as corporate. I like made it sound like chill and cool. I was like, maybe we just like communicate differently, which is totally fine. But I was just making sure like it might seem that like we're looking for two different things. So I just wanted to like reach out and ask. And he didn't respond. So it was like the ultimate ghosting. Like it was like
You were like,
I gave him such an out. Like he could have literally just been like, oh my gosh, like yeah, I actually do.
sorry.
Like we are looking for two different things. I'm sorry. He didn't say anything, but I will say, which I haven't told this on the podcast yet. I just told that part. He did text me like months later and apologize. He sent me a very long message and said like, you don't deserve that, and like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I was on the road a lot, and I met someone. I had already stalked. I saw he had literally like met someone, which is fine because he liked someone more than he liked me.
That's life. That happens.
But like, I like really went out of my way to like nicely ask you, and you didn't tell me, and just left me in limbo. And like that kind of ghosting felt very intense. So that was my horror story, to say that you can do everything right and still sometimes get ghosted, and that's just like life. That's just how people choose to do it. I will give him a little bit of redemption because he really was like very kind in the message to me.
Yes.
It was just like confusing that he just didn't respond.
It's also just like practice kindness. Like it's not hard.
Yeah.
So like I basically wasn't really into this guy, and he was like trying so hard, but he was like constantly traveling. So it was just like going on a little too long because like he would travel and then like come back and like want to go to dinner. And I was like, I don't know how to tell him that I just like don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
So I basically say to him, hi, sorry. In full transparency, I kind of started seeing someone more seriously since we last saw each other. But I'm not going to lie, I thought about, because he basically asked me out. I was like, I definitely thought about it because you're so fun. I just think the timing isn't right.
That's great.
Easy. I don't need to ghost him. I'm just basically telling him, you're great.
It's not going to work out. Listen, the message that guy sent me months later, or a month later, was so nice. He was so kind and nice about it. He really was like, you were so much fun. You don't deserve that. And like, really, I just met someone. It was the perfect text. I'm like, why didn't you send that when I asked you?
And he doesn't feel bad because he's like, it's not me. She just like met someone else.
Yeah. So what did he say back? Who is this, by the way? Do you have a code name? We love code names.
He's the scientist. We have the scientist, the corporate lawyer, the surgeon. We have them all.
Well, we got to keep Cass on the podcast, you guys. You know we love a code name.
We have them all. Yeah, no, there's definitely a couple.
Here's what I've learned about code names. I made one of mine way too easy, and then everyone figured out who he was. And
see, mine's by occupation, which is much worse because I'm sure everyone will be able to figure it out very quickly.
That seems dicey because I called one of mine Bridgerton, and like it was just too easy to figure out.
So obvious.
And like he literally says all the time, he's like, the amount of people, he goes, if I get a new follow, I can guarantee you when I click on her name, it's gonna say follow Shannon Ford. He was like, I know they're all just spying on me and no one actually wants to follow me. They just want to look. And I was like,
I'm fully waiting for like a finance bro because like I'm adding to the roster and I don't have anyone in that realm of expertise. And like I could use someone for my finance.
We got to get all the occupations out.
Yes. Like I need all the occupations. But yeah, basically the scientist responded and was like, I think that our paths are going to cross again. And I was like, do you?
All right.
Do you think that?
I ended things kind of sort of a situationship, and whenever I ended things, he was very nice and understanding. And then he, like a week later, was like, I just want to make sure you don't regret this. Yeah. And I was like, I'm sorry.
I don't think I'm gonna.
What?
Yeah.
It was just kind of cocky. He was like, I just don't want you to like regret this. And I go, I know, I've thought about I'm like, I've thought about that too. Like, I really hope I'm not making the wrong choice, but this is just what I'm going to do right now. And he was like, I know, I just feel like you couldn't know yet. Like you might we need to talk like a little bit more. I was like,
I don't think we need to do that.
We're not doing that.
I actually know.
I be knowing.
I be knowing.
I be knowing.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have a date coming up soon? And how did you meet him?
I actually went on a date last night.
How was it?
He's like a repeat. So like
What's his occupation?
He a surgeon.
Okay.
But it's bad because he's going to listen to this. He already told me.
He's going to listen?
Because he was trying to fill me up with alcohol. And I was like, I have a podcast tomorrow. Like, I can't do this. And he was like, wait, I'm listening to it. And I was like, no, you're not.
Oh, no.
So like, I have to be very filtered.
Listen, here's the thing. Pandora's box, my dude. Like you think you want to open it, but like anytime
I don't want to hear this.
When I meet a guy and I tell him I have a podcast, they ask what it's about. I do say like sex, life, dating, whatever.
Yes.
I really very strongly I try to downplay it so hard because I don't want them to listen to it. So I actually like usually don't say dating. I'm like, oh, just girl shit. So much girlish shit. Tampons. Yeah. Like, because I'm like, if they listen to this, they'll never go. They'll be like, this girl's just fucking.
I'm like, it's about fashion. It's about It's a fashion podcast.
It's a fashion podcast.
Everyone if you don't like fashion,
get out of here.
Get out of here.
We're talking about tampons and fashion.
Yeah. Mind your business.
Sorry, guys. But try not to be that filtered because I want the tea.
Yeah, well, it's really not that, nothing really exciting, but he did fly to Miami to hang out with me and Kelly one time, so she had the privilege of meeting him.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was fun.
Is he cute?
Actually, yeah, he bought me lunch, and we had met a bunch of guys that were taking us out on a yacht, and I
first of all, yachts. We somehow talk about yachts on every single podcast.
If there's a yacht, I'm on it.
She's on it. Okay, we all gotta get friends like Cass. This is what we gotta do.
I had a friend that was like, "Oh my God, Cassidy, this guy, he like invited us on his boat. We have to go. He's gonna pull it up to a sandbar." And I literally said to her, if the boat can pull up on a sandbar, I'm not going. If I do not have to take my shoes off to get on the boat, it's not happening.
I'm dead.
It's not happening.
I grew up like with pontoons and like those center consoles.
Yes.
And let me tell you something. If someone told me like we're going on like a center console boat to pull up on a sandbar, I would be like, they're so fucking rich. We are fucking made it. We did it.
We are doing this.
We're doing it. Okay, I love.
Oh my God, yeah. So now
yacht though. Yeah, you went on the yacht in Miami.
So I'm having lunch with him, and they are all Uber. They're in the Uber, and they're going to the yacht.
You couldn't leave the guy?
No, so I'm like, oh my God, I am going to miss this yacht. So all of a sudden, I'm like, it's not worth it. So I literally turned to him and I was like, I am so sorry.
He flew to Miami
to go.
He flew to Miami to take you to lunch, and you left him to go on the yacht.
Yes, and I left.
Savage.
And I Ubered there, and my sister is calling me, and she's like, the yacht has to leave. Like, we are leaving. Where are you? And I can hear her in the back of the phone being like, I swear to God, she's the hottest one. Like, please just wait 10 minutes. And I'm like, Madison. So I am running down the dock.
Tits
like,
are just...
no, it's insane. I'm like in my bathing suit. I'm like, wait,
also,
I'm coming.
There's nothing more, I'm just going to speak for you here, embarrassing than like they're going to the area where there's just like nothing but yachts and everyone's just like casually walking in their little Chanel flats, and you're just like
running.
sprinting.
I'm sprinting.
That's
my bathing
embarrassing.
suit's flying off of me. I'm trying to keep everything in place. Everyone's like, this girl. And
you
we
get to the boat, they're like, she's the hottest one,
yeah,
really?
They're like, all right, you guys overreacted.
You mean she gets hot easily? She's sweating a lot.
Give her a minute to cool down. Once we get her in the water,
she gets hotter.
She'll do better.
She's like one of those little dinosaurs you drop in the water and then they get like bigger. She's like, just give her a second.
Yeah, she just needs to. But that yacht ended up being super fun. I did see my first, I believe, orgy on the yacht. Yeah, we went to go into a bathroom.
You should have your own podcast. There's just so many stories.
No, seriously. Yeah, we went to go into, I thought I was walking into a bathroom, and it ended up being 5 of the guests of the yacht. 5. And I literally shut the door, and then I ran and got Kelly and the girls, and I was like, you guys, we gotta get off the boat.
What's happening during, I mean, okay, I know what an orgy is, but like, they're having sex, Shannon. But like, what is... Like, it's a lot of like half girls, half guys.
Touching something else. Yeah, it was like, I think it was the guy that owned the boat. Classic.
Obviously.
And that's just like so
much stimulation. Like on my hands, I'm literally touching my hands and like I'm getting very I'm fidgety because
all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, that's a lot.
Ooh, a lot of stimulation. Like just a lot of, I don't think I'd like that. I'd be like, whoa, where'd that one come from?
Yeah, and I was also like, how are you guys all like, everyone's sweaty and whatever.
That's a lot of bodily fluids.
I think that they were probably doing some drugs or something. Like, there's no way that you're like soberly like, let's all do this
5
together.
at a time.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. Okay.
No, it was super interesting. So right after that, I decided I was like, girls, we gotta get off the boat.
Skedaddle.
Yeah, we gotta get off the boat.
It's time to put our shoes back on and get off the boat. So have you seen? That's the guy that you just went to dinner with again.
Yes. Okay. He doesn't live here, so he just like flies in.
Got it. Not the scientist.
No, he's the surgeon.
The surgeon. Mm-hmm. What's a scientist do? Why is he a scientist?
He's a scientist for Uber. God, I hope these people don't listen to this.
For Uber? Does Uber need a scientist?
Yeah, he like does like the data for like.
I guess scientists don't just like mix potions.
No, he's not making any potions. I don't think.
Yeah. When you think scientists, I just think like bubble, trouble, toil, and whatever.
No, definitely not. No, yeah, he is doing some data analytics. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, at Uber, he's
intense.
He was also way above my intellect level.
We need to give.
We would have.
We got to get one of those little like free passes for Uber where you just Uber for free all the time. Didn't you tell me that you said your mom also used to send you late night Uber?
Oh, well, yeah. So when I first got my Uber, I was in college. So I used my mom's email to sign up.
Yeah.
But I pay for my own Ubers, never really figured out how to change the email on it.
Got it.
So for instance, when I'm Ubering home last night at 3 a.m., my mom gets an email and she just doesn't say anything. She just sends it to me. No words are spoken.
I'm dead.
And I literally...
What do you say back to her?
Nothing. Just absolutely nothing. I'm like, mind your business, lady.
Lady.
It's rough in these streets.
What's your mom's name?
Joanne.
I was hoping her name was
so on par.
Linda. You know, remember that like very bad over there? Like, listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda. No, yeah, she knows all about the dating. She's actually the one that told me to keep a roster going.
A roster. See, you know, my downfall, I hate this about myself so much. I'm such a like one girl, well, who can be too sure these days? I should dabble. Honestly, I should try
dabble
it both
out.
out. Just see what's out there because I am not having great luck with men. Okay, so I am my bane of my existence. I never get that right. Is that I only like one guy at a time. Like I'm incapable of liking multiple men at a time, and I need to be able to do that because I would love a roster. But I get fixated on one guy.
But that's what I was gonna say. In order to not get fixated is why you need the roster.
Okay.
Because if there's multiple players in the game, you're not worried about the one guy that's not texting you back.
Got it. Yes.
You know what I mean?
I was liking this guy that I was texting, and we just text all the time, but there's no really big follow through because he's trying to have a hot guy summer, and that's fine. I love that for him. But I was trying to have a girlfriend summer, and I just don't think the vibes are the same. No. Which again, literally, it's fine. It didn't even get to a point where I needed to tell him hey, you're hurting my feelings. It's just I can just tell he's not interested in dating someone. So I remember thinking to myself, God, I wasted so much time liking him. I should have had another guy in the meantime. But I just get really into the one guy, and then
you absolutely cannot.
We're gonna have a crash course on building a roster.
On rosters, they're important. You need at least. I usually say it's like a stovetop. You need 4 burners going.
Oh my God.
All 4. They don't all need to be burning at once, but you should have 4 burners on at one time. Yeah.
I love this. Okay.
Turn one off, turn another one on.
Keep one at medium.
Lot of cooking. One's on light, one's on medium. You're just kind of figuring it out.
Wait, I'm dying. Yeah. Okay, you guys, I have to have you back on the podcast 100 more times. We're doing more stovetop talk. We're gonna have a crash course on building your roster, and I just love this journey for all of us. And if you're listening to this and you live in New York, welcome to the show because we're about to just we're really about to turn it up. So we are about to go to lunch and we are gonna get kicked out of the studio. So I am sorry that this is a shorter podcast. Correct.
We still have 15 minutes.
Okay, actually, we are not going to get kicked out of the studio. Plot twist, we're back. So I have one more question for you. Not one more, 100 more. But you meet these guys at bars. What's another place that you meet them?
Yeah, I feel if I'm not, in the right mindset or I don't have a good enough look to meet someone at a bar, I'm just going to probably go on Raya or
Oh, so we're going to sit on the couch, double chin it up, and just
because it's not every weekend that you're gonna find someone to add to the stove, so you gotta.
Here's my question: do you find success? Clearly you find success with Raya because I match people on Raya and then nobody fucking talks. Do you reach out first?
Okay, so this is something I learned.
This goes for it's a dating app, guys. So dating app, but you can literally this is going to be for Hinge, Tinder, for anything that you're using. Let's put this philosophy.
Yes.
Okay.
If it's a professional athlete, I will message them.
What do you say?
I will stick my arm out, shoot my shot, see what happens.
Can you tell me what you say?
Everything's different. Sometimes I just do the little wave. Hi.
Okay.
Or sometimes I'll say something, but also it gets trickier with them because I feel they're a hot commodity. So
professional athletes.
Yes, I had matched with a ranger. He's the ranger. Very, very
okay.
Very low key code name for him.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a crash course on code names.
Code names, yeah, no.
Because I've succeeded with them, I have failed with them. There's this one guy, Wi-Fi guy. No one on the fucking earth could ever figure out who he is. There's no way. I didn't say what he did. I didn't say where he lived. I didn't say anything. And I got a DM one time that was hey, said his name, Wi-Fi guy, because my girlfriend's talking to someone that sounds just like it was. I was saying I didn't like the way he was kind of treating me, and she was I was how deep? I sent it to all my friends how could they have known? And she was dude, people you guys are in the motherfucking FBI. Yes. And I love that about you guys, and I rock with you guys for that. But holy shit, we've got to get better about our code names. Okay, so the ranger, so tricky.
Yeah, he's gonna be lady, why are you talking about me? But basically, we matched, and I went to a ranger game. Hockey players are kind of my vibe. I feel I could be a little
Here's
puck girl.
The thing. Puck bunny, right?
Yeah.
Me and Anna Grace talked about
Never
this too.
was one.
I would welcome the opportunity. I would just there's something about grown men that are just fighting each other, bloody fists, and then no one's really tearing them apart. And then they just laugh it off, spit their teeth out, and then get back in the game.
Yeah.
I don't condone violence, but I absolutely condone that behavior because it's just hot as fuck. It's just hot as fuck.
Yes.
And I never grew up watching hockey. I didn't really understand hockey. And then I live in Nashville now where I'm actually friends with a lot of the hockey players. And I've never dated any of them or hooked up with any of them. None of that stuff because I'm just friends with them. And I know all of their wives and girlfriends.
Okay,
and
well,
here's the crazy thing. Let's not people shouldn't cheat on anyone. So they're all taken and they're all lovely. But I've really enjoyed getting to understand the sport of hockey. They're just fun games to go to.
Yeah.
But then
and you can kind of understand it. It's not that hard. It's goes that way.
But it's
Goes in the
interesting.
goal.
It goes in the goal. It's interesting because the more I kind of started like seeing other hockey players from other teams, so I'm like, wait, they're hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, wait, I am into them. Yeah, I
Yes.
agree. They're just
Yeah.
fucking hot. Okay, so the Rangers player.
So basically, whatever. I go
And the Rangers
a couple
are here.
weeks later. Yes, they're
In New
here.
York.
I go on to a Rangers game with another player on the roster.
You go
So-
with another Stovetop member to
Yes.
a Rangers game.
Yes, and in my head, and he's like
Did
he's
you
like one of the
facilitate-
best players. So I'm like,
Question.
you don't even know.
Did you facilitate this, like, going to
No.
the game?
No.
The guy just said, like, I'd love to take you to a Rangers game.
He was going with his friends and invited me.
Okay.
So it
I was like,
wasn't-
you're diabolical.
No,
you
no,
like
no, no.
fucking were like,
And I was like,
know
what
where
am
we
I
should
gonna
go.
do?
The Rangers game.
So the best part is I'm at the Rangers game with my sweet friend who I ended up hating in the end, but
Ew.
that's another
What was
story.
his code name?
Corbett Laura.
Okay, well, we
So-
can understand why you'd hate him. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Anyways, so I'm at the Rangers game and I send a picture of the rink to the Ranger and I say, "So you're following me?"
That's funny.
Literally,
You
the
laughed so
game.
hard at yourself.
I was like, I'm the funniest person in America. The game ends, and
That is
I am
funny.
not kidding you. I'm like, he literally responds like, "Ha," and I was like, have you even taken off your equipment yet? Like that was so
Equipment,
fast.
that was so
Yes.
fast. So he loved it. The joke was
he
funny.
thought it was so funny. So then he's like,
Me,
so
gonna
now
reuse that
I'm-
joke for sure.
Yeah, so now I'm at another bar with the guy that I'm on a date with, and the Ranger player, and I'm in Ranger gear, just to preface. And the Rangers text me like, come here, like come to this bar. And I literally go to the bathroom with a wife of the guy that I'm with, and I'm like, listen to me.
Listen, lady.
I'm like, should I do this? She's like, oh, I think he really likes you.
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
I'm like, well,
You're so
now,
ballsy to be like, what up?
I thought, girl code, she would have been like, go, like,
Yeah.
whatever. But then I also, in my head, was like, can I show up to a bar like 2 hours after the game in Ranger gear to meet a Ranger?
What were you wearing underneath it?
Well, like, it was like I had the hat and like nothing cute.
She's decked out, baby.
So I'm like,
Okay.
I can't, like, this is embarrassing. Like, I can't, like, show up to the bar with him and all of his, like, hockey friends
And
be
you're
like,
in Ranger gear.
hi, I'm a fan.
Wait, I just pictured it. Yeah, that's terrible.
Literally. So
I was like, it's not that big of a deal. And then I just pictured them being all in their like civilian clothes and then you being like, hey guys.
Yeah, I'm like, hi, what's up? Yeah, so I ended up pursuing, this was a mistake, but I ended up pursuing the corporate lawyer and it did not work out in my favor.
Damn. So the Ranger player, he's off those stovetops.
He's not like permanently
He's
off,
on low.
but he's definitely on one of
We're-
those
we've-
people where
We've got him on
he
simmer.
comes and he goes. Yeah, which is fine. He's in season, so he's like always traveling. So like I don't blame him.
Okay, no, we're.
I'll defend him till the day I fucking die.
She's like, I love you.
I love you.
If you're listening to this, I love you.
I can't wait for you to come back from Canada.
Oh,
my
it's fucking funny. Okay, I do officially think we're getting kicked out of the studio. I love you guys. Ranger player, we love you.
Call me.
Call me. We're gonna have Cass back on the podcast,
my God.
and I don't know what world we just switched into, but I'm so hot. I've taken my blazer off like
I'm
3
sweating.
times.
I don't know if it's the conversation, the room.
We are about to go to lunch. We're about to go to St. Ambrose, right?
Yes.
Me, Kellyanne.
Yes.
We're gonna have ourselves a time. So we will report back if we meet any. We're gonna keep this train moving. So
we're gonna keep it moving.
Keep you posted. Love you guys. Love you, Cass.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
so much
coming.
for
This is so
having
fun.
me.
I giggled
So fun.
so loud. The guy that's doing the audio right now is probably like, we're gonna turn these mics way the fuck down. Okay, and we're out. We love you.
Thank you.